What's up, guys? So this was supposed to be a portion of Jimmy's video talking about the details of the 2J build for the Pro car, but we ended up just doing sort of a quick 5-6 minute standalone video here of just some details about the bottom end, and we're gonna take a trip to the machine shop and do some B-roll, show some of the cool equipment that he has going on over there. But otherwise, there's really not much to say, just enjoy. We're putting together a motor for our buddy James. Presumably by this time you guys know what chassis, but basically he asked me to put together a motor for him. We've done a bunch of 2Js in the past, ranging use cases, but we have a really good process in place, so we're gonna put together, for now, the bottom end, and then eventually a head. But for the bottom end, we're going with BC 3.4 liter lightweight stroker. These cranks are fantastic. They're about 9 pounds or 8 pounds lighter than their standard cranks. They rev up super fast, hold power really, really well. We're probably aiming for somewhere in the 800 horsepower, 800 wheel horsepower range at between 85 and 8,800 RPM. Real Street hooked it up. You know, right now, parts are really difficult to get, so the hardest thing is getting the stuff in your hands. So we reached out to Real Street. Jay hooked it up with the 3/4 stroker crank. We went with a BC Pro H 625 plus rod. That's part of the stroker kit. And Real Street actually has a custom spec CP piston. These are gonna be 86.5 millimeter, 9.3 to 1. They're a little bit different than the standard, like, you know, I can't say shelf, but shelf stroker kit pistons. They've spec'd a little bit of extra meat around the pin areas, as well as some other things that I don't really know if they want to talk about, but either way, so they're fantastic. They have them in stock, they're custom spec. We also are doing a quarter wall that's 250 thousandths wall thickness wrist pin. These are gonna be fantastic. Bearings, we're doing King, PMAX coat, main and rod. Right now, we're just gonna start out with a set of standards, see how the spec lands. We have a spec in mind for main and rod clearance, probably run some sort of an ethanol-based fuel. So we gotta be considerate about piston to wall clearance, main first and second ring clearance and things like that, ring end gaps. But we'll work that out. We also went with a King thrust washer. Mains are going to be the Real Street billet mains. I love these things. You know, there's a lot of different billet main manufacturers out there. I really like the Real Street ones for a few reasons. They really put a lot of focus on making sure that their original spec is very close to the tolerance bore, meaning when you put these things in, you're gonna have to torque everything up to spec and do a line hone on it. A lot of main kit manufacturers, they just put a bunch of extra meat in there that really doesn't need to be there, and it takes a long time and a lot of passes to get them to spec, versus the Real Street ones are very, very close. I like the chamfer on the side registers here. They have precision ground side registers as well. 2Js have a step register system in the block for their mains. So these are made, you know, made to suit. Super nice, labeled, you know, CNC engraved. There it is. But these are fantastic. And you know, they're putting these exact mains in cars making 1,600 horsepower plus. So this should be enough for blowing the tires off on an 800 horsepower car. With that ARP 2000 main studs, we're gonna do a 625 plus ARP head stud. Once we get into the cylinder head stuff, we can talk about that. But we're gonna bring this block down. This right now is an 86 millimeter factory bore block. We're gonna bring it down, get it 86.5, set our piston to wall and stuff like that, and go from there. Yeah, we'll get the bottom end together first, and then start talking about and focusing on the head afterward. It'll be a shimless bucket style setup, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. So actually, we're not gonna talk about the cylinder head because, to be honest, we didn't record anything. But we did go over the cylinder head in detail in Jimmy's video, which if you check the link right here, you'll be able to go back and watch. I assume you're here because of that video and because of the Pro Car, but if you want more details on the cylinder head, go to Jimmy's video and check that out. Otherwise, thanks for watching and see you next time. Wait. I just wanted to say thanks to everybody for all of the comments and the likes and the subscribing. And we're like above 3,800 subs right now, which is, to me, incredible. I didn't anticipate being here, as I've said in the past. Like, the growth is really awesome and it means a lot. You know, all of the likes and all of the interaction and all of the subscribing really helps. And YouTube is putting our stuff on the front page and we're getting a lot of people viewing our stuff and it's super helpful. So I really want to say thanks and I appreciate it. And if you could just, if you have friends that are into cars or want to see car content, just consider sharing like a link to one of our videos or something like that. We've also got merch starting to be figured out. So if you want to order shirts or hats or hoodies for you, your significant other, your kids, whatever, just go onto the site and that's, I think it's linked in the thingamabob. Thank you, Sean. And please consider, purchasing. It really helps us out a lot. When we're small, YouTube really doesn't pay anything, like pennies per thousands of views. So, and we don't get a lot of views yet. So the direct sales of shirts and things like that obviously helps a huge amount. So if you're interested, please consider doing that. And again, just thank you.